G'day guys and welcome to the very first episode of my Ipswich Town career mode. First of all, we're going to run through my transfer targets and why they're on here, because the transfer target video quite a little while ago, because I've only just got around to starting this. Our first transfer target is Dominic Iorfa, a future replacement for Chambers, because he gets a lot of criticism from Ipswich fans, but I quite like Luke Chambers, so until he starts really badly dropping, I'll probably start Luke Chambers ahead of him, and then I'll start Dominic Iorfa. But Tyrone Mings in my second transfer target, who would hands down be better than Jonas Knudsen. All Knudsen's done is score against Norwich, which he's best known for, and do a couple of rubbish throw-ins and a few defensive errors. Now, that may be being a bit negative about Jonas Knudsen, but it's the truth about him. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, my third transfer target. He didn't have the greatest years last year, but I think he'd be a really good squad rotation player. And as long as we don't fall out like him and Mick did, we could have a really good relationship with him, and he could score a few goals. Ryan Fraser has started the season pretty well at Bournemouth and played amazingly well last year at Ipswich. Enough said about him. We are signing him. Martin Odegaard is my fifth transfer target. I think he'd play really well in this team, alternating out with some of the people, and he would just be a world-class talent. Edwards, I'd quite like to get on loan from Tottenham and kind of rotate with Teddy Bishop and Kevin Brew, because I think that would be a pretty good signing, and I'd like to try out Edwards anyway, although I haven't really tried him out a lot. Connor Wickham, I'd like to get in a David McGoldrick's new strike partner here, because I reckon he needs one unless I'm going to start Freddie Sears, which in there I am currently, but I'm not sure about. I think I will sign Connor Wickham, but he'll probably be the last one I go for, because I can accept going with Freddie Sears. Now we're going to do a squad report. Bartosz Białkowski, I think he's a pretty good goalkeeper, but he does make one or two blunders. So, second season, if we get promoted, which I believe we will, we'll obviously have to upgrade him. That's one of the weaker positions, but ain't weak right now. We're in the Championship and he's a decent Championship goalie. Dean Gerken, he's an alright keeper, but if we get promoted, I'm not going to offer him a new deal, and I'm going to keep Bartosz as my backup, because they're both getting on a bit now, and they're both, he's got 3 years in Bartosz, and he's 5 overall better than him. Michael Crowe is meant to be the youth one at Ipswich, kind of the backup one for when everyone gets injured, but I'll probably sell him because I probably won't be using him that much. In fact, I'll loan him out, then first season if we need him, he's there. Luke Chambers, I've already said, pretty good captain. I'm not selling him. I'll keep him in the first team as long as I can. Emmanuel I'm going to loan out. Tommy Smith is a really good centre-half. Him and Berra will be top centre-half in this division, and they will be the difference between promotion and miss out in the playoffs. Berra, same with Tommy Smith, but he's a few years older than him now, and only 2 overall better than him. So I reckon Tommy Smith will soon catch up with him, or Berra will go down to his level. Adam Webster, meant to be the future in that position. He's a pretty good player, as it looks like, but he won't be starting just yet. Paul Digby will stay as a backup unless we can sign someone else. If we can sign someone else, Digby's happy to let him go. Jonas Knudsen, already spoke about, doesn't do a lot. Ken Lock is going to go out on loan because he's youth, but he's not quite good enough just yet. Cole Scoot is kind of your Eric Dyer. And he's a pretty good player, but he's getting on a bit, so he's another one we might have to replace if we get promoted. Grant Ward's a really good young player. I'm gutted Tottenham let him go, but I'm glad he went to Ipswich, if any team. Teddy Bishop, really good young player. I am not selling Teddy Bishop, whatever happens. Same with Andre Giselle. Luke Hyam, I'd consider selling if a good offer came in, if I could get another replacement, because other than that, we've only got Kevin Brew and Andre Giselle backing up the two centre midfielders, so we might well need him. Kevin Brew, he's a really good player, but he hasn't shown it in an Ipswich shirt, which is a bit worrying, but I reckon on the career mode he will. Jack Blanchfield or whatever, he's going out on loan. He might well get good enough, but I'm not sure. Adam McDonnelly, same for him. He's meant to be pretty good in the future. Joel Coke, you can leave straight away. Same with Douglas. I hate Johnny Douglas. I'm just going to have to keep him here for a year. Connor Grant looks like a pretty good young little player. Same. Johnny Williams looks really good, and I'll be gutted if I can't get him at the end of his loan spell. He can go out on loan. He's too young as yet. Freddie Sears is an interesting one. He scored 2 goals now, because he scored against my mind's gone blank. I think it might have been Huddersfield. I'm going to say Huddersfield, correct me if I'm wrong. The team Jamie Ward plays for. And Rotherham today. So he's pretty good. Dave McGoldrick scored the other goal today and rescued Ipswich. He's got the quality to be a Premiership striker in the future. Tom Lawrence, pretty young. I'll be using him a lot and then hope to buy him at the end of his loan spell. Brett Pittman, he'll be my 4th choice striker, I think. Potentially 5th, depending on how Leon Best performs. Luke Varney, I'm going to keep here, because all of them 6 strikers could play. But my main 3 will be McGoldrick, Sears, Lawrence, and if we can get him in, Connor Wickham. And that's the end of the squad report. Next, we're going to look at my starting lineup and my current tactics. So basically, we got Bart in goal, Chambers, Smith, Berra, and Knudsen make up the back 4. Williams on the left, Scouse in the middle, Bishop in the middle, Ward on the right, Sears up front with David McGoldrick. The tactics will be high pressure. I've selected McGoldrick to stay central and get in behind. Same with Freddie Sears. For Grant Ward to come back, cut inside, get in behind an aggressive interception. Teddy Bishop to get forward. Cole Scouse to get back, to kind of stay back and not go forward. Johnny Williams, same as Joel Ward, same as Grant Ward. Now, my fullback, I love to overlap because I like my winger to get inside and then have my fullback bobbing on. So they're both at aggressive interception and a wave overlap. And I like my 2 centre halves to stay back. I can't bench Reeves, Lawrence, Pittman, Brew, Hyam, Andre Giselle, Webster and Grant. Which is a pretty good bench actually. A lot of championship teams wouldn't have that kind of depth. We're going to do a bit of training and then sim a few days ahead to our first pre-season game where we'll get all of our inquiries back. Because I inquired about everyone. Let me know if you think that's a poor decision or not. It's a gutter if I made the poor decision on the opening episode of the career mode. We're going to train up Bishy, Andre Giselle, where's Johnny Boy? Johnny Boy. Johnny Williams. Adam Webster, sorry. And where's he? Grant Ward. Let's see how these get on. I'll be disappointed if they're not good results. A D, a C, an F, and a D. Oh God. That's a poor training performance. We've got 4 of our inquiries back. Mings, Wickham. Oh, I offer and make them know. We'll look at all of these in a minute. And then that should be the other 3. Fraser, Odegaard, And Edwards. Oh, he's only just joined. Right, so overall, Iorfa's worth 2.8 million. I'm not surprised at that. Mings is worth 2.8. Not surprised at that. 80 Null is only worth 600k, which I'm pretty pleased at. I'll definitely be going for him. Fraser's worth 4.1 million. Oh god. Odegaard 2.8. Edwards has only just joined, so I probably won't go for him. Wickham 6 million. That's a lot of money. And with our current transfer budget of 4.58 million, it's not looking like we're going to be able to sign all of those. But potentially, if I sell a few, I'll have to be quite brutal in this career mode. If I'm not enjoying using them, they're off. Well, that'll be the end of this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. There'll be another episode uploaded of this tomorrow where we'll start off the transfer window. Thank you for watching this.